Hi everyone, welcome to Cube Chemistry, the channel where we will discuss all the elements of the periodic system and also do experiments. Today is going to be a very different episode because today we're going to discuss this box, which I got from Engineered Labs. Now, normally you will see me unboxing or playing around with the cubes. Engineered Labs sells these cubes, and recently I saw a video of basically unboxing this box, and I thought I need to have this for the channel. Now, what is this box? This box is basically a chemistry kit which contains about 50 plus experiments, which are all really, really cool. And when I got this box, the only thing I thought of was I need to unbox this and show basically everybody what we're going to do for the next 50 weeks or something like that. So let's have a look what's inside. As you can see, the box is basically bamboo, it seems. And also already this I let out of it. So this is basically a stand for the for all the test tubes and also a drying rack. What you also get when you order this is a chemistry, basically a booklet in PDF, which basically contains all the experiments. So let's open it up. So when you buy this, you get a lot. So let's go through some of everything that is in here. So first of all, there is a thermometer, which is basically an infrared thermometer in which you can basically just check out the temperatures and stuff. We have glasses, which is of course for your safety. Good thing about these glasses is the fact that they basically cover the sides of your eyes, because most accidents when you have them in the lab happen from basically splashing from the side. What else do we have? We have a lamp, which is basically a UV light, which is also cool to see. I'm not sure if you can see it. We have, basically pipettes, so you can take specific amounts and use droplets for that. There's a bunch of gloves, size medium, small, and I suppose this is large. Yeah. This is cool. So this is basically a pocket scale. So since you'll be working with small amounts of chemicals, it's really handy to basically be able to really precisely measure the amounts that you're going to use. This is a little bit, this is something to basically recharge the lamp. We have something to clean. Now, what can you clean then? Well, there is glassware here. So we have this borosilicate Erlenmeyer flasks that basically which is, like I explained in previous videos, very good glassware and protective glassware that you can use. And these are great cleaning things to basically clean them. You can bend them around so it's easier to get in there and clean it more easy. So this is really good. It's very complete as far as I can see it right now. So here we have stuff that you can, basically some small cans. Can I call them cans? No, buckets, in which you probably can do some chemical experiments, which will be about fire. I will dig into the experiments a little bit later. There is this boiling flask, which you can use to boil stuff. Also borosilicate as far as I can see. Then we have test tubes here. Bunch of test tubes, so looking good. Here we have some measuring beaker, measuring flask. And we have a bunch of, this is cute, a very tiny beaker, 10 milliliters. And then a bunch of other beakers. 50 milliliter beaker, a 100 milliliter beaker, and a 250 milliliter beaker, all protective glass, borosilicate, a funnel, and we have a This is probably for the scale, I think, a battery, or maybe for an experiment, you never know. We have a really cute small Erlenmeyer flask. Then we have a medium-sized Erlenmeyer flask. Then we have another battery. Again, very likely for experimenting. We have some empty bottles that we probably can use for a thing or two. And then we have this whole bunch of stoppers. So that's good, because for my other glassware I didn't have a lot of stoppers, so this can definitely help me. So that's basically this part of the box. So what else do we have? We have these things where you can also do experiments in. I forgot the name of these things right now. There's some copper wire in there. And there is here some stuff that you can do electronics with. Some crocodile things. Then what do we have here? Oh, the butane burner. What you can do here is you can open it up. You can put a butane gas tank under it, and then you will have your own butane burner, which is really useful to, well, burn stuff or boil stuff. Okay. In here again. We have a beautiful protective thing to boil stuff on. Then we have the stand and stuff. So here you can put your boiling flask. You can put on here, or well, you cannot. You can put it in here. You can also put it in a different way, as you could see in previous videos. We have here the rest of the stand. Oh, there's much more in there. So there's the foot of the stand, and there is a protective. Yeah, protective. Well, I want to say scissors, but it's like a clamp that you can safely pick up your glassware with when it's hot. Another clamp. What else do we have here? And there is here the rest of the stand. And then I think that's all the material when it comes down to. Nope, there's a little bit more in here. And of course a little scoop to be able to scoop all the chemicals with. Now, as you can see, this is really complete, this set. So in the next part of the video, I will be now packing this again, and then in the next part of the video, we'll go through the chemicals, and then I'm going to explain a little bit about the kind of experiments that you can do with it. I think this is already very complete. I purchased other chemistry sets before, and to be honest, this is the best and most complete chemistry set I've ever seen. So now it's time to basically take a look at the chemicals. But again, take a look at this beautiful box. I mean, it is really nice. It's really heavy. It's handcrafted. Honestly, it looks like it's smiling at me. Like when you look at it from the front, it's beautiful. So let's take a look at the chemicals that come with it. I got these yesterday, and I was surprised and really happy of what is in there. So let's take a look at what we all got here. We get gallium metal, which is a very interesting metal, which we will definitely discuss at some point. I don't have the cube yet, but it's a very interesting metal that gets liquid almost at room temperature. The other things that are in these small bags is zinc and nitinol. And nitinol I already made a video about, but apparently there's in here also a experiment with nitinol. So, hey, maybe we can do that again. Then we got here sodium chloride. Yeah, table salt. You can wonder whether that is glucose. Sure. And then we have starch. Okay, so basically your typical household items. My wife will be very pleased that these things are now in my chemical kit and I don't have to constantly get those from the cabinets in the kitchen. What we got here then? Potassium permanganate. Hey, we know this from one of the videos. It's also in here. We got methylene blue. Very interesting chemical that we can also do very cool thing. Blood meal. Basically iron from blood. Very interesting. I'm wondering how they got this. Iron 2 and 3 oxide. We got potassium sodium tartrate. Not sure what we can do with it. And the cool thing is, and this is what I want to show a little bit, so you can tell on the flask all the cautions that you have to take, and here it's also showing the symbols of how dangerous the substances are. I think that's a really important and good detail that it's on there. Manganese dioxide. Manganese 2 sulfate. Now manganese is a very interesting element that I hope I will get at some point as well. Iron. Now, interesting. So we have iron oxide and we have iron. Don't mind the clock. We have phenolphthalein, which is I think a it's apparently suspected of causing cancer, but it is also, I'm not sure what you use it for. Interested in what you can do with it. Magnesium. Sodium polyacrylate. Oh, right. This is basically, is this? No, it's not silicon. We also have silicon in there, I think. Sodium metabisulfite. We have activated carbon. We have zinc sulfate. We have sodium hydroxide. We know this live from the live video. And the thing is that most of these chemicals are actually white. There's a few exemptions, but most of them are white. So you can't really. I'm happy that they put these things on because otherwise I couldn't have told the difference. Sodium carbonate. Calcium chloride. Oh, this is beautiful. Take a look at this. It's all blue. Copper 2 sulfate. Been spending a lot of time trying to search for that. Besides this box. Potassium dichromate. We have ammonium chloride. And then we have sodium silicate. That's the one I was searching for. We also have it here. Same thing. We have glycerin. We have sodium borate. We have a universal indicator. We have trisodium phosphate. We have sodium thiosulfate. We have boric acid. And we have potassium chloride. And then there is a bunch of small ones here, which I'm going to leave in here. Indigo carmine, lithium chloride, tin 2 chloride, strontium chloride, cobalt chloride, don't put it in the beer, potassium iodide, ferrofluid. That's gonna be fun. Ferrofluid is that fluid that is basically you can use a magnet with. Potassium iodide, silver nitrate, fluorescent powder, and calcium metal. Now, I think I forgot something which I want to check. But I can't see it here. There was also a magnet, which is, here it is. The ferrofluid set me thinking. So there's also a magnet in the set. So these are basically the chemicals. In the next chapter, I will be discussing a little bit about the experiments that you can do with it. So then, let's take a look at the actual experiments that come with this box. I mean, there's so many stuff in there that I was really looking forward to actually get the manual. And the fun part is they immediately, when you purchase the set, you immediately get a link with the PDF, so you can see what type of experiments you can do with it. It's also on the website what type of experiments or parts of the experiments that are in there. But the fun part is that immediately you get excited even before the box is here. Now, it pays a lot of attention to safety, which is great in my opinion. And here you can see all the experiments that are basically in here. A lot of attention to safety, which is awesome, because I mean, specifically with these kind of boxes, this is not a chemistry kit for kids. It's specifically meant for, basically people like me in their 40s that don't have a life and need a hobby. That's what they basically made this box for, and I think they did a pretty decent job. They tell what kind of safety precautions you need to take, how you get. You can dispose of your chemicals, and these are really important things. Now, what I like most about the set is maybe this, and this is what we're going to see in the video. So I'm still going to do 2 cube videos a week. 2 cube videos, and then an experimental video. But now we also have 50 plus experiments that we can now start using after those 2 cubes, which are much easier to basically set up. For my other experiments, I needed to do a little bit more research, but I'm not a very experienced chemist. So since I'm not a very experienced chemist, this box can really help me get going. Of course, I still have some experiments that take a little bit longer and are more, how do you say that, more, there's more to it than these somewhat smaller experiments, but these experiments are really, really great. Now, what I like about this is they first tell you about the safety, then they tell you about the procedure, for instance, and then they will give you a picture of what things look like. They will tell you how to dispose of things, other things that you can do, and they tell you about the science, what is going on in your experiment. And this is how they build it up constantly, which I think is a great way to do these things, because most people, when they start with this, they have a general understanding of chemistry, but they don't have this, how do you say that, this knowledge, and they want things to have in one place. So the way this is built up is perfect, and I would recommend this to everybody that wants to start with chemistry and is a little bit older, like me. So that being said, what I'm going to do with this box is the same thing that I'm going to do with the cubes. Every week I am going to post every week I'm going to post in the comment section or the community section of my channel, and then I will ask you guys, which cube do you want to do? Now, as soon as we get into the 3rd week, I will ask you which experiment you would like to do. So it's up to you guys. You will decide what elements will be picked in the future, and you guys will decide what experiments will be done. So for this week, we did this. Last week we had neodymium. For next week, it seems right now that copper will be the winner, but you can still change it if you like. There's still time to vote. And then after that, we will do the first, basically democratic way of choosing an experiment. Thank you. I hope you like this video. I think this is for everybody a great way to start chemistry, and a very safe way, I guess, of doing chemistry. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, and if you want to see more of this, subscribe to my channel. Have a good one.